Good evening, Interweb. We're back, and tonight we're playing Don't Starve. Um, I like the game. I don't know if any of you have tried it out. They do have a early access multiplayer available now, but tonight we're just going to be playing single player. First thing we're going to do is clear out a new spot, start a new game. We do have the Reign of Giants expansion enabled. As far as character, we're going to just go. You know what? Let's just do random. We don't know who we're going to get. We're going to start the game up, and my goal in this series is to um, unlock one of the hidden characters, Maxwell. And to do that, you have to beat a special mode in the game. More on that later as we get into it. Initial goal, as the game name implies, is simply to just not starve, or not die in general. Um, okay. We're playing today as Weber. He's a spider-human hybrid. He's one of the unlockable characters. And honestly, I've never really played as him before. So I don't know much about what he is and is not capable of. He starts with some meat and some spider eggs, which hopefully will be useful. One thing I do know about Weber is he can make friends with spiders. So we've got that going for us. Most of the characters, the spiders are inherently hostile, but hey, we're just going to have a little fun with it and see what we can do. And going to wander around here, head down this way, and see if we can find a good place to make a campsite and get our game started up and get about into the process of not starving. We've got lots of interesting things to explore here, gathering all sorts of resources. Yep. You may notice I do have a mod installed that displays my health, sanity values, the numeric values up there. I enjoy that. It just makes it easier. I don't have to mouse up there to check on what it is. And the other thing you may notice is I'm playing using a controller instead of the mouse and keyboard. I'm just used to it that way. So you'll see these annoying little words pop up everywhere telling me I can inspect things. Rather than me have to click on them, I can just push a button. If you enjoy the series and want to see more, but do not like the words popping up everywhere, let me know. I'll switch to the mouse and keyboard, and I will play much worse because I'm not used to playing that way. And I've gotten so used to the controller that I don't think I could. Look at what we've already found. One of the 4 things needed to escape the island. Although that's really not my goal at this point. But hey, waste not, want not. We've got it. We're going to head that way. We've got, lots of places to fish. If we can get some, yeah, we still need silk to fish to make a fishing rod. You'll see the craft menus over here on the side. If you're not familiar with the game, that lets you build all sorts of interesting things. We're moving into dusk now, and so we will probably need to either establish a camp or have some sort of light source to make it through the night. I really don't know where I'm going. I'm just kind of wandering aimlessly, but that's alright. Weber is an interesting looking character. He's got spider legs growing out of the side of his head. Or are they growing out of his shoulders? He's got spider legs growing out of him. And of course the multiple eyes. He's got that going for him. As far as that goes, since you start with monster meat, I'm hoping he can eat it. Most characters, it's that bad to eat the monster meat. If he can eat monster meat, that's a big advantage. It certainly helps in the not starving aspect. Other people eat it and they get sick and they die, and well, not necessarily. They take a hit to the health for eating it, so it's not a good idea to eat it. And we've come to a dead end. We're at the end of the world. You can see here's a map. This is where I've explored. way down here, and that's where I started. So really, all I found is I'm at the end of a peninsula with nowhere to go. So this was kind of a total waste of time. I could build an axe and start cutting down some trees for logs, but I'm going to see if I can follow the coastline and maybe find something interesting. Nope, nope, dead end. Still a dead end. So we're going to just keep going along the coastline here. Check the other side. Yeah, just one great big frickin' dead end. That's alright. We're going to need some rocks before we can establish any sort of camp, so that's really what I'm looking for. And also a reliable source of food. Although knowing if I could eat monster meat or not would affect... Look, rocks. All the rocks right over there. Knowing if I could eat it would help establish what I could use as a source of food. I do have the spider eggs, so I could start a spider nest and just harvest them for food if monster meat is edible. If anybody knows, I'd say leave a comment, but honestly I'll probably find out before I get a chance to read those, because as soon as he gets hungry I'm probably going to go ahead and try to cook those up and eat it. But it looks like I am going to make it to those rocks over there, which is a good thing, because then I can manage to do something with those, hopefully. Harvest a lot of rocks and then build up a camp. I know some of you out there are probably watching it and saying I need to start building an axe and cut down some trees. But there's always time for that later. And I don't actually plan on making a fire tonight. Okay, the spiders are not attacking me. That's a good thing. No, not the rock, the spider. Okay, so that's good. So I don't have to worry about being attacked by spiders, which makes... Oh, geez, it makes this area a lot easier. And it's approaching nightfall, so... Torch. I wish it wasn't raining. The torch would last longer. But, you know, you make do with what you got. Running around in the rain, carrying a torch. I am very glad that spiders are not attacking us. This would be very, very bad news in any other situation. I'd like to think I wouldn't have come into this situation. I'm going to have to build a second torch because of the rain. Maybe even a third one. And I'm getting cold. Cold and wet. Ah, jeez. That's going to be really bad. If I die on the first day, that's going to be really horrid. Maybe I should have planned to make a fire. Unfortunately, I can't cut down any trees now because I have to put down my torch to pick up an axe. So I'm just going to have to make the best of this. I could set a tree on fire, and if it really comes to it, that's what I'm going to do. But better living through arson. You know, if it came to you're out in the wilderness and you're going to freeze to death or start a forest fire, I'd go ahead and start the forest fire. For one, I think it would attract attention. Someone would come and rescue you. But even if not, you've got lots of fire to keep you warm, assuming you survive the fire and don't burn to death yourself. Oop. Third torch. Was not ready for that. And bees. Was not ready for that either. But this is not a very auspicious start to the series. And like I said, if I do die, what I'm going to do is just take a new character and just rotate. Just go to the next character in the line. Oh, killer bees, killer bees. Alright. I guess I can put the torch out. We've got long nights and short days. I think that means it's in fall. Or it could mean that it's in spring and it's moving into summer. It kind of affects your plan for survival. If you're going into winter, you plan differently than when you're going into summer. not knowing which I'm moving into. I'm going to keep my eye on the daytime, like the days. And if the days are getting longer, then we're moving towards summer. And if they start getting shorter, then we're going towards winter. But the thing is that they're already pretty short. I don't think they can get much shorter, so I'd say we are in the spring. That and the rain. Rains a lot in the spring. So we're going to currently plan that we're going towards summer, which means we need to start planning on a camp that will be able to keep us sheltered from the heat. And I'll probably want to build an ice box and harvest some of this ice relatively quickly before it all starts to melt. But for now, I'm just getting rocks. Lots of rocks. Never have too many rocks. Rocks and gold. And just keeping busy with that. A lot of times I don't like building the axe right away and harvesting wood, because if you can't find any rocks, then flint is a limited resource as well. I mean, you can find it laying around, but I have had occasion where I just couldn't find any flint. And, well, holy crud. Well, this is it, Maxwell's door. We already found it. Well, this was my goal, was to find Maxwell's door. So much for survival. I'm going to pick up a few more things. I don't know why, because you don't get to take it with you. Burn down this evil flower, this evil flower, this evil flower, this evil flower, this evil flower. Evil flowers tend to drain your sanity, and I'm going to be hanging around this door quite a bit, so... Alright, it's already nightfall again, but that's alright. We're going into Maxwell's door. I'm sorry, you didn't get to read that. Basically, it tells you you're moving into a new mode of game. And it's a series of 5 worlds, I believe, and you want to defeat them sequentially, and then you unlock the hidden character, Maxwell. Chapter 1 of 5. That's Maxwell. He sort of runs things around here. All the playable characters are somehow under his, I won't say control, but he's responsible for a lot of them being here. So here we are. It looks like the dead of winter, with almost nothing. I've got a divining rod that will help me find the pieces of the device I need to move to the next next area. I guess they are islands. It's sort of like islands. Surely this, I mean, I'm freezing to death here already. In this mode of the game, if you die, which I'm probably about to do, really. Okay, now I need to build an axe really quick, cut down a tree, and get a fire built to keep me warm. Night's already setting in. Yeah, this is pretty harsh. I don't know if I don't have enough grass. I don't know if any of you have beaten this mode. Oh, there's a fire right there. Keep the fire going. And we've got a chest full of winter gear. Well, it's got a hat and some logs. Okay, equip the hat. Alright, well, not the best start. Run back to the fire, stay warm. So this is going to be kind of a harsh time because I haven't managed to stockpile any food or anything, but I'm having to deal with winter already. But hopefully we can do it. See if we could lure out one of these guys here and harvest some meat. Oh, great. Alright, we got the meat, and some pingles are coming around, which is good. They're a good source of food, too. I'm going to go ahead and try to cook up one of these monster meats and see what happens. Current health is 122. Sure enough, doesn't do any harm. That gives us a lot more options on food, so that's good. That is actually very good. I'm going to go and see if I can hunt down some more food while we still have some minimum light left. Going to lure out a moleworm. Go ahead and attack him, and there we go, more meat. It's just that easy. A lot of things in this game are quite dangerous, and they're hard for you to deal with. Well, hard for me to deal with. I don't know what your capabilities are. So, when you find something you can deal with easily and quickly, and it's a useful source of food for you, go ahead and take advantage of it. More power to you. Now, those pangolins are out here somewhere, and they also would be a good source of food if I can find them. But I don't know where they went to, so they're not on the map. So they've wandered off somewhere. I can find them in the morning, maybe find another nest of them. Looks like they headed north or upwards. We've got another moleworm. Moleworms are drawn to any sort of stone, flint, anything you just leave laying around. They will take it and eat it. So you don't want to leave too much laying around, but easy way to lure them to you if you need to hunt them. So, and I'm already getting frozen. I'm going to head back this way. There's some berry bushes there. It's good to know. My fire is almost out again. Looks like I'm going to need to go ahead and harvest some wood. So I'm going to go ahead and cut down this tree. Stay near the fire while I do it. Okay. Sorry. Didn't get any wood from that. Excuse me. Got twigs instead. This one should give me some wood. Pick up all our little logs, and if we had a shovel, we'd dig off the stump and have even more wood, which is great. So, I hate just sitting around the campfire doing nothing. I guess I can go ahead and eat some more, throw another log on the fire, and set out to explore once again. With this being such short days, this is probably going to be a standard for a while. Of just running out, gathering some materials, and running back to the fire. Keep in mind, ultimate goal is not to survive here, but is to find a way to the next area, which we can do using the divining rod. Okay, well, we found a little clockwork horse and beefalo. Found quite a lot. I mean, if it wasn't for the dead of winter, this would be really great setup. We've already picked those berry bushes. So, heading back to warm up by the fire once more. If we could just find some rocks and gold, we could build a science machine and start building some new equipment. But until then, I guess I can go ahead and build a pickaxe in case we do find the rocks. I'm going to go ahead and throw these petals on the fire. It's kind of a waste, but I could have eaten them. I should have eaten them. Oh well. I mean, we're not doing bad considering the situation we're in. Like I said, I've never really played it. Oh, I set the stupid chest on fire. There's nothing in it. That's alright. considering it's, like I said, the middle of winter and relatively unprepared, they did give us a nice hat and a chest that I burned up. Yeah, if we had rocks, we could make a hammer. That would be nice. So right now, rocks. We're desperately needing rocks. Go ahead and set the manure down here. You can make farms and stuff like that using manure. You can also burn it, but farms don't grow in the winter, so I'm not really sure it's going to be much use. Oop, we didn't get both of them. There we go. So, I don't know, I've never really been in a survival situation in real life. I'm not a wilderness type person. I don't know if you are. I've never been hunting or anything of that sort. So, if this was a real life situation, I would definitely be in a severe disadvantage. It's already dusk. Oh, we really need some rocks bad. Alright, let's see. We may just have to give up. Oh, rocks! I was about to say we have to give up on rocks, and there they are. And more beefalo. So just about when I'm ready to give up on something. Just goes so you don't give up too soon. Just persevere, push on. Of course, if I had done that, I probably would have ended up somewhere totally useless. I'm going to just go ahead and use the manure for fire, because it saves me from having to cut down trees, and like I said, we really don't have any need for a farm right now. Did the fire go out? I'm probably running back to a fire that's no longer in existence. Alright, I'm just going to start a new fire. Fire, fire, fire. Build a fire. Alright. I should have built a fire pit. I wasn't thinking. Mainly I wasn't thinking because I'm just not... I wasn't in, build camp mentality. So I wasn't really thinking about building a permanent camp. But again, saving the rocks for something useful, for like maybe building a science machine might be more useful than building a fire pit right now. I tell you, the fact that spiders aren't attacking is a real blessing right now. I don't know what other characters would have to be doing with this many spiders around. Although I could go ahead and start taking them out for food. I think I'm going to, because I do need some food. See if that'll lure one in. Of course, I'm giving up a piece of food to get a piece of food. That's not really... That really wasn't smart. I think I picked it up before he landed in it. What spider? Run into the trap. There you go. Just kill the other one. Got a silk and monster meat. So I gave a piece of monster meat, got one back, and I'm pretty much right back where I started. So that was kind of a waste. Go ahead and cook this one up and eat it. Another piece of monster meat. Now, it being said that these are not harming my health, they're not really doing much to improve it either. But I think the regular meat Just heals me up just a tiny bit. So there's still advantage to using the regular meat if I can get it. If I can get a crock pot, there'd be a big advantage. I could cook lots of things up. Nobody came out. Oh, yeah, come on. Come on, guy. Come on over here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. What the hell? Get in the trap. Get in the trap. Okay, getting myself pretty hurt here, so I'm going to cook up some carrots and eat them. A little more healthy than the meat as far as restoring health. I could just continue to eat them, but I don't need to right now as far as hunger goes. So I'm going to try to hold off. Well, really, these short days they're horrible. I'm not sure what I can do with the days being this short, other than just keep running back and forth to the fire pit. But, you know, that's what you got to do sometimes. I'm going to go ahead and head back before I start freezing. I may just have to make a line of fire rather than build a permanent base. Just continue moving in one direction until I can find a better solution. I did get some rocks, it's just not a lot. So that may be my solution at the moment. But I tell you, it's a really good game. It's hard to tell from this. This is a very hard situation. But man, for those of you who aren't familiar with the game, you really don't get to see a lot of it this way because it's night so much. There are a lot of these beefalo, which normally would be a great thing. As I said, this would be a great place for a camp or any other situation. But with it is being the challenge to move on to the next place, I don't know if I really even want a permanent camp. And maybe that's a mistake. I don't know. Like I said, I've never really finished this mode, never played this mode. So it might be a good idea to build a camp. But for right now, I am kind of avoiding it. Jeez, that scared me. Taking a while to get used to the fact that spiders are my friends. Or at least not my enemies. Oh, oh, oh. Too busy paying attention to the menu. Didn't watch the daytime. Almost got caught in the dark there. There's this thing that lives in the darkness that if there's no light, it'll just kill you. It's a one shot, you're dead. Also darkness, your sanity tends to go down, and if your sanity gets too low, you start seeing shadow creatures and they start attacking, and it's just a messy situation. Alright, I think my primary goal right now is I need to build a science machine so I can build more stuff. Better technology to cope with the winter. I've got enough food, really, so that's not an issue. It's just ridiculous how short the day is. My fire is going to be out, so I'm going to go ahead and cut some more wood. You have to have the wood to start the fire, unless you have a fire pit. So even though I want to save the logs to build the science engine, it just may be a smarter move in the long run to go ahead and build a fire pit. Plus, I can run a line of fire pits and just move them from one to another. Yep, already freezing up. Let's see, where's my... There's nothing here. I'm at the edge of the world again. Nothing. And you can hear the, I don't know if you can hear it, the shadows are starting to creep in. I don't have enough rocks, so I'm just going to have to do a regular fire again. I need more rocks. I need lots of things. This is certainly not the way I intended to start this. I can't believe I found Maxwell's door that fast. I mean, that was kind of the goal, is to find it, but I wasn't counting on finding it that fast and moving into this mode. Not that it really matters. I mean, you can't carry anything with you when you come to this mode, so it really doesn't matter when you find it. So I guess really the sooner you find it, the better, because then you don't waste a lot of time playing the other mode. You can just move on. Although I was kind of looking forward to summer. I've played through the summer once, and I've played through winter many times, so I think summer would have been a more interesting time. But now here I am with this sort of always winter permanent. I don't know. Is it always winter here? Probably is. I know one of the areas you have to get through is the eternal winter. And my crazies are sitting in. You can see it around the edge of the screen. It's starting to ripple. Well, this is certainly turning out to be a interesting adventure. I'll go ahead and see if I can harvest some pingulls. Hopefully, Pingle Egg will restore some sanity.